Alright, yo, this is the first video of a long journey. So I want to make this video today. No script, no nothing, just coming off the top of my brain. I just got off a phone call with my friend. We were talking about purpose, right? And I think a lot of men search for purpose, but very few find their purpose. And I have a hypothesis as to why. So I think a lot of people tell you, like Alex Hormozy said, right? Chase what you're good at, right? She said, fuck your passion, fuck your purpose. He didn't say purpose. He said, don't follow your passion, follow what you're good at. I completely disagree. If we look at all these great people in life, right? Everything started with an interest. So I'm reading this book, Mastery, right now. I just finished doing some ads. It's like 2 a.m. right now. But I'm wired up, had fucking caffeine, bro. Just launched some ads, dialed in, bro, got shit done. And yeah, so anyways, when you chase I'm reading this book, right? And in the book, it just talks about a lot of great people, like Da Vinci, just great minds like that who really just thought outside the box, right? Einstein. And even Darwin, who made Darwinism, who created the theory of Darwinism. And every one of those people did not start with their search for purpose or their search for passion. They simply started something because it interested them. And I think a lot of people fail in that aspect of they get a job, they go to college, right? First, they graduate high school, they go to college, and they have this, this euphoric fun, right? They have this fun, and then they realize at that senior year that they have to now work for the next 40 years to doing something that they hate. And that's hell, right? It's living hell to do something that you hate for the longevity of your life, because we only get 70 summers if we're lucky. And a lot of people don't, they just look past that. But when people like that, when we look at Hormozy's, right, and he tells us, brilliant guy, I watch him all the time, so I have nothing bad to say about him. But objectively, if we look at his life, right, to me, he doesn't seem happy, right? And this ties into the purposeful thing. And when someone like him tells us to not follow our passion, but to follow what we love. I meant to not follow our passion, but to follow what we're good at. I believe it's just a very, vile thing. It's very it's very, how do I put this? For lack of a better term, it's just greedy, right? To follow the pursuit of money. And I believe that no rich person ever got truly rich, truly wealthy, believing that they're, in their hearts of heart, that they are pursuing money. They're pursuing interests. Whether you call that passion, whether you call that purpose. They're pursuing something that interests them. And there's actually, my home screen is actually a Robert Greene quote that I want to kind of show you guys, but I'll read it out. This ties in directly to what we're talking about. He says, in essence, when you practice and develop any skill, you transform yourself in the process. You reveal yourself new capabilities that were previously latent, that are exposed as you progress. You develop emotionally. Your sense of pleasure becomes redefined. What offers immediate pleasure comes to seem like a distraction, an empty entertainment to help pass the time. Real pleasure comes from overcoming challenges, feeling confidence in your abilities, gaining fluency in skills, and experiencing the power this brings. You develop patience. Boredom no longer signals the need for distraction, but rather the need for new challenges to conquer. Whenever we start something new, we suck. Everyone fucking sucks. And a lot of people quit because they suck. If I look at my life, right now I'm pursuing e-commerce. And I want to compare this kind of. So I was my mentor, Adam Griffin, you guys probably know him in the e-com space. Shout out, bro. Amazing guy, right? And I hopped off a call with him earlier this week, and he kind of was talking about, he was just on a trip with a bunch of e-com guys, and, he just said, I asked about work-life balance, like, how often do you work? Because I'm one of those people that just fucking grinds. He had a completely different outlook. He said the person that worked the most there actually made the least money. Like, he brought his laptop on, a yacht, or a boat cruise that they were on. It's just like, they all looked at him in a way, and he made the least amount of money. And he said he actually had a conversation with his little brother talking about he almost feels bad that he doesn't feel right, because he says he works from like 10 to 4 at night, like 10 p.m. He gets in his workflow, caffeine, music, grinds. And he says, like, you know, he's tried to do the 9 to 5 type thing, like in the sense of like structuring your day like that. And he just said he couldn't, like it didn't come natural to him. And he said he was talking to his brother and just felt very he just felt off of, like, you know, and his brother's like, bro, I thought that was the whole point. I thought that you did this to escape having to do that. There's no need to feel bad about it. But where I'm going with this is to chase your interest, right? If I look at a life like his, right, we look at interest. He chases something he's genuinely interested about. Therefore, it doesn't feel like work to him. He puts on music and just works, and the ideas flow because he's interested. And when you develop any skill, right, just like Robert Greene said, you become more interested as you develop the skill. And like I said before, if I look back at my life with basketball, right, I scored 1,000, all that, blah, blah, blah. But I sucked. I fucking sucked. But I was interested about it. I was much better at baseball than I was at basketball. And I truly did suck. I was at the bottom of the bench and all that. But it interests me. I was fucking fascinated by it. And I was like, I want to get better. I want to get better. And that's what drove me. It just was the urge to be fucking great, to be great at something. And I had so many trials and tribulations. Broke my arm like 3 times. You know, in my junior year, I only had 500 points. I needed to score 500 my senior year. And I did it because it all started with interest. Not because I was good at it, because I was interested in it. If I was good at it, I would have played baseball. I quit that. And my mom was like, oh, well, she was super mad, pissed. I didn't like it. And if we look at someone like Da Vinci, right? A lot of people, when they chase something they're good at, they become very unhappy. Da Vinci, in the book Mastery, he chased a lot of unique things, right? So he loved art, and he would, you know, sit outside and draw, look at nature. And in the book, it mentions that when he was trying to draw a bird, he ended up dissecting it, right? And he would dissect all these birds to try to understand how, you know, the wing connected to the body at an anatomical level, because he was fucking interested in it. Not because he was good at it, because it interested him. If we look at any great person, they were not good at first. They sucked. What leads someone to be great is interest. And that passion and the purpose comes from interest. Like in basketball, like, it taught me that I felt like my purpose now is to inspire others, because I saw what my hard work with the 3 workouts a day for over a year straight could do to other people, how it impacted their lives, how I lit a fire under other people's fires, you know? And it was just like, it was this feeling of like, you know, I chased it, I got it, and it's like, it was actually fulfilling, not because I got it, but because I saw the outcome of like, now this person's working hard, this person thinks they can be something so much greater than they think they can be because of me. And that's insane. And I took that into this, and just with creating, I want to build something fucking great. Like, I don't want to do black hat, you know, MR, like, you know, MRR. Like, I want to build a real brand and be fucking great. And I mean, yeah, I could yap on, but this is the first video, and there's going to be a lot more of this. It's just me putting up the camera and just talking. But because I just feel like I could, you know, at these deep workflows, these work sessions, I just have these ideas that flow. And I feel like even in the book, he talks about it is your duty to give back. It is your duty to help others after you have acquired it yourself. And I'm still chasing it, bro. Like, and I'm not there yet at all. But it interests me. And I know in my hearts of hearts that it'll come to light, because I'm chasing righteousness. I'm not fucking people over, and I'm interested in it. And I think interest matters so much more than what you're good at. So the purpose of the video, fuck what you're good at, follow what you're interested in, and you'll find your purpose and you'll find your passion.